Foremost, man, just want to give my thoughts and just for the people out in LA right now, dealing with the fire. Obviously, it's it's tough. Obviously, being from the area, knowing a couple people who've been affected. So yeah, just my thoughts go out to those people that are struggling through that. And then obviously just talking about the game. Obviously first playoff experience starting, so I'm excited about that. But just another really good opportunity against a great Rams team. A great defense, great coordinator, really good scheme. Players, they play really fast in that scheme, and we're just excited about this challenge.
Sam, what do you take away from that Lions game now, moving forward? Because that was as close to a playoff game for somebody that's never been in one as you can experience. Mm-hmm. So what kind of things can you pull out of that you can apply to this week's?
Yeah, I think it's just a matter of for us just being prepared, and being able to have a clear mind going into the football game, and that's really it. We do everything we can throughout the week to prepare ourselves for the environment, for how loud it's going to be and all those different things. So just to continue to prepare that way, and we'll be good.
A lot of your teammates are talking about that it's almost easier to take stuff from a loss than a win. They said that wins, we just kind of gloss over things. Yeah, we did that, but we still got the win. And he said this really puts a spotlight on things that didn't go right. Do you feel that same way as some of your teammates?
I feel like I'm always kind of looking at stuff with a fine-tooth comb, just kind of hashing out the details and making sure that we're on our P's and Q's as quarterbacks. And so I feel like I'm always doing that. But I feel like just naturally, when you lose a game, you look at every little detail. I think that's what those guys are talking about, and that's definitely true.
Sam, Kevin was just talking about your consistency from week to week, and that's something he's learned about you. I guess I just wonder if that's kind of something you've learned along the way, or if that was kind of always how you were, is trying to be the same person every day.
Yeah, it makes life a little bit easier when you're the same person every day. So I try to be that way, and I try to be, just coming out to practice too, whether it's a good day, whether it's a bad day on the field, just having a really good attitude and just coming into the huddle with the same energy every single day. I think the guys appreciate that. I appreciate, the guys that come out with the same attitude and energy every single day. So that's just really it. It's just controlling the controllables, doing what I can to, to have good energy for the guys and just be able to, be in and out of the huddle, and very diligent about just my work every single week and day in and day out.
Who taught you that be regimented, follow through?
Yeah.
Who taught you that?
Yeah, I think it goes, I think my dad is the person who taught me that. Just watching him, go to work every single day and do the things that he does, and he's so consistent in the way that he works, and I think that's kind of where I learned it.
What did your father do, by the way?
He's a plumber. He's still working.
Is he?
Yeah.
Sam, you said a couple of times, I think 2 or 3 times on Sunday, that you need to look at the tape to see, what some of the problems were with the high throws and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
What did you see when you looked at it?
Yeah, I think it's just a matter of me being able to, trust the throws, trust my feet, trust my eyes, and just letting it rip. I think that's the biggest thing, is just when I see the throw there, just being able to let it rip and don't think twice about it.
Sam, what has Daniel added to this quarterback room over the past month or so?
Yeah, DJ's been great, man. Just the experience that he has is, it's obviously it's really good to be able to have that in the room and be able to bounce ideas off of him, and even just different system that he's been in, and kind of being able to, just like I said, just bounce ideas off of him. It's been really fun, and he's been just really incredible to be able to have in the room, to be able to watch tape with, and he's just been great.
Sam, what caused you not to trust that throws? Is it the look you're getting, or what would?
No, I think just trusting my feet and my eyes, just fully, and letting it rip. That's pretty much it.
How much do you think playoffs
careers and legacies and sort of the big picture things that happen with NFL players and coaches?
Yeah, I think, I mean, how long do you have? We can talk about that for a long time. No, I think, you know, obviously this is the time when, you know, people that, you know, whether, you know, guys are in the league for a long time, whether they've been with the same team for a long time, whether they're going, you know, bouncing around the league, you know, it's kind of, you know, where legacies, I guess, are made in the playoffs, not just winning games, but winning, you know, those later games like AFC, NFC championships, winning Super Bowls. Like that's, you know, that's how you're going to be remembered at the end of the day. You know, looking 50 years down the line, that's what people are going to remember.
And when you know that, how does that make you feel? Is that a source of excitement? Is it a source of nerves? How do you
No, it's exciting, man, to be able to step into an environment like we're going to step into on Monday night. It's just exciting. All the guys in that locker room are very excited about it, but we know and we understand that we have to put the work in this week to be able to go out there and earn that excitement that we're going to feel on Monday night.
Sam, when you were first playing football, you played other positions, linebacker, wide receiver. Are there things from that experience that still kind of stick with you about playing other positions other than quarterback?
Yeah, I think catching touchdowns as a tight end was always really fun. When I was in Pop Warner, even in, you know, early in high school, you know, catching touchdowns, and even as a defensive player, as a linebacker, being able to come downhill and hit somebody, that was always really fun. You know, catching a pick and taking it back to the house, like those are all the fun things about football that, you know, as a quarterback you don't, you know, necessarily get to enjoy all those things anymore, but those are the things as a kid, and even as a you know, high school kid, that I really got to enjoy growing up playing football.
So you had a pick six?
Mm-hmm. In high school.
You remember it?
I do. Yeah, I do.
You remember who you played?
Yeah, we were playing El Toro, at El Toro, and it was my sophomore year. It was, I think, my first or second start, and they ran a screen, and I sniffed it out, it was like way, you know, they were trying to throw it over me. I tipped it to myself, caught it, and ran it back for 6. It was like a gink, yeah. It was, I didn't necessarily have the hair, but no, but it was fun, man. That was something I'll always remember.
How was the end zone celebration?
Oh yeah, just to flip it to the ref, and you know, no, we weren't doing that then. I don't think anyone was.
Sam, how much do you hear from people back home? How much do they enjoy this ride?
Yeah, you know, people back home are very excited about, you know, not just me, but this entire team. And it's funny, like my dad will send me pictures of, you know, random houses with Vikings flags outside, and it's a pretty fun deal, man. And just to be part of something like this is very special. Obviously, we're not satisfied by any means about where we're at or what we've done. You know, we got a long way to go, but yeah, it's a pretty special deal for sure. You guys good? Appreciate it.
From the Detroit game, how does that not shake confidence of some players? You're a veteran, you know it, you've been there. Do you have to talk to some of your teammates and say, hey, look at the body of work we put together before that game?
No, I think it's something that they know. Coaches talk to us about it as well. I think in that game we had a lot of opportunities to make that ball game a different ball game than what it was. And we just didn't execute, and those are things that we can control. That's why we're still confident in ourselves. You control what you can control, and those some of the things that didn't go right was in our control. So we're confident, and we're still confident in ourselves. We get to see a team that we lost to earlier in the year, and kind of see them again, and like a little revenge, and then focus on 1 week. But after that, you know where you're back at. So, but most importantly, taking one week at a time, and knowing that, hey, just because that was the result on this past Sunday doesn't mean anything. We're in a new season. It's a lot of ball ahead of us.
So do you look at it as more like you guys beat yourselves versus you were beat by the Lions?
No, because the Lions did play some good ball as well. It goes hand in hand, and you know, they end up winning the game. They got the best of us, and That's something we got to go back and look at, which we did, and make corrections, which we have, and learn from it, move on. But harness that feeling, that environment that we were in, the atmosphere, that playoff-like feeling. And so it's things that you can take from that game and learn from.
Aaron, your first two drives, especially the first game, pretty flawless, and then things slowed down after that. Do you know why, what the difference was?
Again, things that we can control. I think we had 2 penalties on the next drive, set us back down in distance, and it's just hard to overcome those sometimes, especially when you're getting two in the same course of same course of a set of downs. It's tough to overcome, but we've done it before, and hopefully we're not in that position, and we won't have to do it again. But if we are, we'll get it done.
Aaron, when you look at that atmosphere you talked about, playoff atmosphere, without the pressure of you lose, it's over. How beneficial can that be to this club, that you were exposed to that you were in a situation that was as close to a playoff game as possible to help you guys prepare for what you're going to encounter on Monday night?
Definitely, that's kind of what I was hitting on, what we can take from last Sunday's game, just kind of the atmosphere, what is the emotions of the game, what the stadium is like, how loud it is, how great our communication has to be when the stadium is loud. It was a lot of learning lessons that we can take, and I feel we're confident that we took that game, we harnessed it, we learned from it. We went in knowing, hey, like, this is a playoff-like atmosphere, playoff-like game, and it wasn't just this game. It was the game before that and the game before that as well. I believe when we played Atlanta, I think they had to win the rest of their games to get in. So it's from Atlanta on that we've been kind of playing playoff football.
Did the fire situation and the game possibly being moved, what kind of effect does that have on the team?
First, I'd like to send my condolences to everybody out in California, sending prayers to your family, your loved ones. It's unfortunate what's going on. In my opinion, there's so much going on. You got people evacuating. That's over 30,000. I feel like it'd be hard to kind of take first responders away from those people. But yeah, I'm a player. I don't make the decisions. So wherever they say we play, I tie my cleats up, put my pads on, be ready to play.
It's a road game. It's a road game, right?
Yes, sir. 100%.
In your experience, how important are playoff games to things like careers and legacies, and sort of what you're remembered by?
Playoff games are super important. I feel like that's not to say the season isn't the real games, but this is when everybody's tuned in, antennas are up, you're getting high level of ball all across the board, not just from your team, but the team across from you as well. It's like everything's turned up a notch, hyper focused, everything. So it's a great time to be playing. This is if you're in the NFL, this is what you really work for, is to get to the second season and ultimately win a Super Bowl. It's been a lot of fun. The first day he came in, I might have been the first one to shake his hand. I was like, man, this dude's pretty big. But no, just getting to interact with him, talk to him, learn a little bit about him, where he's from, things he likes to do, sharing the same things, and just welcome him to our brotherhood that we have here. It's been great to have him here.
There's a good assortment of guys who do have playoff experience, and then on the other side, there's some guys that don't have any yet. How do you guys experience what it is like in the win or else situation without playing too tight or too stressed?
Definitely just kind of echoed that the last couple games that we played in have been playoff-like atmosphere. It's not the winning, move on, or whatever, the other side of that. I'm not going to say that because not superstitious, but so you harness those feelings, and then you also have to tell these guys, like, who haven't been in that situation, hey, the guy across from you is going to be, and especially if it's a guy across from you who's been in the playoffs, they're going to be a little more, they're going to be dialed in, they're going to be a little more amped, a little more juice. Everything's a little added in the playoffs, and you really get everybody's best. I just told them that this isn't the end. We got a lot of ball left, a lot of ball ahead of us. I don't want to see anybody's heads down. I said we'll be right back in this place in 2 weeks, and we'll get to redeem ourselves. And I think that kind of got everybody up a little bit, and they're like kind of antennas up, ears perked back, and but you know it wasn't for a lack of effort out there on Sunday, and I could see everybody still straining to the last minute, and that was just one of the things I wanted to share with them. And then I also told them all that I love them, and we're gonna be good from here.
Aaron, has the running game, specifically in the red zone, been kind of a point of emphasis?
Just getting the ball across the goal line has kind of been the emphasis. I feel like not this past week, but the previous weeks we had been pretty good on third down and specifically the red zone, and that's kind of what was kind of one of our strengths, I would say. So kind of just getting back to that, finding out it doesn't matter if it's a run, a pass, a play action, a jet sweep, whatever it may be, straining, all 11 straining to get the job done where we get in the end zone. You know, because you get so close, you get down to the 3-yard line, 4-yard line, 5-yard line. Though that can be the difference in the game, field goals versus touchdowns. So, I mean, you know, you settle for a field goal here and there, but you don't want to settle for 2 minutes. Thank you.